Hello again, everybody. This is Rob Boberty, and welcome back to the Preposterous Awesomeness of Everything. When we last left off, I was dealing with these bozos, trying to tell them to build a spaceship, but they just want to sit and play with their crap. So I'm going to try disrespecting the majority of people. You guys are all dumb, and you smell, and you don't think deeply enough for my liking. Nobody cares. Okay. If I talk to them, does it do the... Okay, it does the same thing. I did this last time, stop effing about, let's build a friggin' space rocket, and everyone ignored me and thought it was stupid. So let's try this. Mindless anarchic buffoonery looks like a whole heap of fun. Can I join in? Sure thing, buddy. You run up and kick something black because it's almost round and it shatters into 1,000 pieces. This is awesome, so you smash some more stuff, then you break some stuff in half across your knee. You then punch George in the back of the head for no reason, do a poo in front of everyone, and fall asleep under some sheet metal. LOL men, am I right? Path of Smash, okay. When you wake up the next day, everything has been smashed up and trodden into the mud. That was hella fun, says Clyde. Yes, you agree. With no more shiny things to distract them, feeling rather hungry after expending so much energy frivolously, everyone returns to looking for food. You find some food and eat some food, and then find some food and eat some food again and again. One day you manage to catch a deerful. One day you realize that your berry preference has shifted from the sweetest to the more tart. One day your back starts to ache and never goes back to normal, and eventually you stop thinking about the pain, but your mobility is seriously reduced. No one invents hungry, hungry hippos. No one lives past 40. No one can find anything in particular to complain about. Eventually your heart stops beating, and briefly there's pain, then much less briefly, forever, there's nothing. The end. You didn't win. Okay, that's an ending, I guess. Okay. Alright, so let's continue. Alright. So neither of those work, so okay, never mind then. Let's talk to this chick, see if she has anything new. Hi, hello. Do you want to help me build a rocket? I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. Will you help me to convince the others to get involved? The majority of people listen to you. They tend to look more than listen with me. Maybe try convincing Anthony to help. They really do listen to him. Ah. Please. Sorry. Fine then. Sorry. Okay, so I need Anthony, the guy who seems smart but isn't. Or something. Oh. I thought he said bye. 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 Okay. Alrighty. Let's go talk to Anthony. He's still eating his deer over there. Oh, where are you? You're way over here. Okay. Let's talk to Anthony. Doop-doop-doo. Hello. Hi. Do you want to help me build a space rocket? Nah. Come on, if you help, then everyone will help. We'll have it built in no time. No, ta. Wouldn't you like to fly to the moon? Nope. Please? Nope. Fine then. Okay. Well, that was useful. How's it going? Is this the same thing as before? I think so. Yeah, okay. Alright, bye then. Okay, okay. Can I give him the books? Read the books. Anything? Oh, I already did that already. He didn't know anything about the books. Okay, so the books are for building a rocket and no one wants to help. It's just a rock. Can I use the... Oh, smash Anthony in the head. Whoever... Violence is never the answer. It's only sometimes the answer. It's sometimes the answer. Maybe I need to smash something over here. I don't think I've tried to actually use the rock in anything. Use rock with the majority of people. Violence is never the answer. Gosh. Okay, fine. He's not going to help. He's too busy with his deer. What about her? Wait. Can I talk to her now? He's probably won't. No lumps. What did I hit? Examine your... Examine your... Okay. I missed what I did there. Okay. Giggling, I don't know how. Okay, maybe I'll show her the books. Oh, wait. Use books with Jane. I don't think she's interested. How do you know? If you don't ask. Okay, so no one wants the berries, no one wants the books. I look semi-official, but no one cares. Alright, let's go back to the comfortable beach. See if there's anything, maybe something new washed up. Am I going to find pants someday? I know it's blurred, but it's still kind of bothersome. Okay, I need a light before I can go through there, I think. Alright, so... I think I'm going to go back to what's his name, Drake. He's the only one who knows what the heck's going on. Alright. Let's talk to Drake. Excuse me? Yes? I already tried that. Do you want to help me build a rocket? I don't like to get my hands dirty until after the bickering, but I'm happy to offer advice. How am I supposed to get people to stop effing about and listen to me? I would suggest you find someone in a position of authority who you can use as a go-between. Who can I use as a go-between? People tend to... Oh, is he like tell me everything if I need to know eventually? I'm trying to convince Anthony, but he refuses. Try harder. Anthony's not the sharpest tool in the box. I'm sure you can find a way to confuse him into complying. Okay. Alright, I think he's like my hint thing. He knows everything. It said in the I looked at the instructions before I started this video, and it said, talk to Drake if you don't know what you're doing. So, I think he's like tells me everything if I keep asking. Hello, hi. Maybe I need to just keep saying please. Please, nope. Please, nope. Please, nope. Okay, I don't think this is helping. I'm supposed to confuse him. How do I confuse him? Did I already try giving him batteries? Or batteries. Berries? I think I did. Bye then. Okay. Let's give him the food. I don't think he's hungry. Maybe I need to... Oh, maybe I need to use the hat and... Wait, can I not do that? Wait, is it not... There we go. Use hat and vest with Anthony. Nope. Okay, I thought maybe I needed to give him the authority. Oh, befuddle. Let's befuddle Anthony. You tell Anthony that if he doesn't do as you say, a Godzilla will eat him. It's one of the basic principles of general knowledge, you inform him. Anthony does not want to appear not to know the basic principles of general knowledge, and he definitely does not want to be eaten by a Godzilla, so he agrees to do as you say. Congratulations, you have acquired the special item, Anthony. Godzilla-based lies, spraff, and confusion. Okay. I've acquired... Okay. Checkpoint reached. Saving data. I got a achievement. Find a figurehead. Okay, so he's going to follow me. So I need to convince him, or tell him to convince everyone to build a rocket, I guess. Okay, so... Wait, do I use Anthony with the majority of people? Okay. Hey guys, stop effing about. Whispering. Hey guys, stop effing about. Let's build a friggin' space rocket. Okay, everyone stops what they're doing and looks in the direction of Anthony. Towards Anthony. 0 confidence plus massive head equals. They can see by the size of his massive head that Anthony is an intelligent dude, but they know from experience that he completely lacks any kind of self-confidence or authority. Consequently, they are torn between an impulse to trust his judgment and a more pressing desire to continue doing whatever the heck they want. Dan breaks the indecision by pointing out that Anthony is wearing boxer shorts with little love hearts on them, then improvising a lewd serenade in the general direction of Helen. Everyone laughs briefly, loses their train of thought, then goes back to what they were doing. Okay, so that didn't quite work. Well, that didn't help. Okay, so let's... Maybe now that he's helping me, I can give him the hat and vest. There we go. Now Anthony looks super legit, and I'm naked again. Okay, now let's use Anthony with the crowd. Okay, stop effing about. Whisper... Build a friggin' space rocket. Everyone stops what they're doing and looks in the direction of Anthony. They can see by the size of his massive head that Anthony is an intelligent dude, and they can tell by his hard hat and vest that he knows how to get shit done. Consequently, they stop what they're doing and obediently wait for orders. If we're going to build this rocket, we must work together in a clear, organized manner. If we're going to build this rocket, you need to do exactly as I flipping tell you. Yes, that seems more likely for this crowd, I think. Okay, or it's going to piss everyone up. Piss everyone off. Step 1, hand over the spark plugs. What? As Clyde reluctantly hands you the spark plugs, you immediately sink them into his ribs, shocking him into violent convulsions. Helen moves to stop you, but you simply turn the plugs on her. After this grotesque display of dominance, everyone is pretty keen to do as they're told, and you take advantage of this by forcing them to work 12-hour shifts of grueling manual labor. You also ration their food and censor their conversations and ignore their basic human rights to ensure they remain subservient. Atrocities. Subservient drones turning their back to the horror around them. Butts. LOL. Okay. Under this horrifyingly strict yet undeniably efficient regime, the rocket gets built in no time. However, by the time it's ready for launch, the majority of people are so desperate and broken and afraid that they no longer aspire to reach the stars. All they dream of now is freedom. So when an opportunity finally presents itself to murder you in your sleep, they take it. They pin you down and force you to eat laburnum pods until the cysteine induces respiratory failure. They breathe sighs of relief and touch forehead to forehead and allow tears to leak out. They seal your corpse inside the rocket like a giant metal sarcophagus and launch it into outer space. Then they slowly forget you ever existed while eating fruits and nuts and berries. The end. You didn't win. Okay, I made it to space though. Well, my body did anyway. Okay, so that's an ending. Alright. Okay, so we need to work together in a clear, organized manner, as well as I think that's going to work for this. Oh, everyone did actually stop. They all stopped moving and they're paying attention. How did you notice? Okay, whisper, whisper. Step 1, democratically elect a leader. Okay, I think the safe bet, why is he winking, is to nominate Anthony and keep telling him what to do. Your whispered voice giving increasingly terse, hurried orders. Panic. People awaiting instructions. As a reaction to the stress of the situation, Anthony's temporal lobe triggers a neural response in his hypothalamus that, amongst other things, causes his adrenal and pituitary glands to secrete large quantities of hormones including cortisol, epinephrine, and ACTH, corticotrophin. The cortisol, aided by the corticotrophin, facilitates the conversion of fatty acids into energy, while the epinephrine stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, mobilizing this new energy, dilating his pupils and increasing his heart rate, blood flow, and blood sugar levels. In short, Anthony flips out. Okay. Cardigans! Cardigans! Okay. Okay. That might not have worked as well as hoped there. Okay, is that an end again? I got another end. I'm finding all the ends, I guess. Sometime later. Oh, is that what's supposed to happen? Did I just start over? No, I didn't start here. I started on the beach before. Okay. What am I doing here? Wait, what? Oh, everything kind of changed here. Ah, you're awake. Okay, so maybe this is what's supposed to happen. And it keeps going. And why is the rocket so small? Where am I? The cliff top. I moved you up here for safekeeping. Why am I dressed as an early 90s German man on a recreational visit to Florida? It's a long story. Well, I like it. Good. How long have I been out for? Some time. What did I miss? Well, I can bench 1,000,000 and my lats are solid tungsten. I could bench 550. Drake explains that after Anthony knocked you out and ran away, the vote went ahead without you. Brad and Dan had been the only candidates willing to take on the responsibility of leadership, and Dan had been awarded the job after lying more wildly about his physical strength. Fair enough. Twits, PvK clue. Dan and his buddies tried to read the official Build a Rocket kit manual, but it was far too complicated. They tried to read It's Not Rocket Science, except it is, but that was also too complicated, so they resorted to trying to click bits together like in the big, colorful pictures of rocket building for dinguses. Then, when this also turned out to be harder than anticipated, eager to appear as if they knew what they were doing, they resorted to using large quantities of PVA glue to help the bits stick together more easily. Vote Brad. I can swim faster than an adult manta ray. Dan has less than the requisite number of toes. Meanwhile, Brad was super pissed that Dan had got the project manager job simply by fabricating information about the material from which the muscles in his back were composed. So he started campaigning against him. He spent the next few days telling derogatory lies about Dan, telling flattering lies about himself, and saying the word change more and louder than necessary. This was enough to get the majority of people to vote him in as their new project manager. However, Brad turned out to be no better than Dan. He too was incapable of understanding the complex language used in the manuals and resorted to sticking the bits together with masking tape. Dan took the opportunity to start his own campaign, adding hollow promises to the flagrant lies, and he was soon re-elected. The job of project manager has been passing back and forth between those two jerks ever since, and little real progress has been made on the rocket. Why didn't you run for project manager? I wanted to make sure that I knew how to build a rocket first. Oh, he's doing a test. He's actually smart. I've been reading and building scale models and attending distance learning courses and writing numbers with a squeaky pen. I've been trying to figure out, like, if they're supposed to be, like, modern people on this island, like, stranded on this island, or if they're, like, cave people that have access to all this stuff somehow. And I don't think it's supposed to make any sense, because they understand things, but they don't. So why don't you run now? I refuse to tell lies or give bribes or make hollow promises, so I'd never win. But that's where you come in. I was hoping you might run on my behalf. What will I have to do? Whatever it takes to get elected. Okay, let's do it. Okay, the first thing you need to do is register as a candidate so you can gain access to the stage. Take this jam in case you need to make any bribes. Okay, boss, I got this. Okay, there was more stuff he was going to say. You had more stuff to say. No. Okay, never mind. I guess it's not important. Examine detonator. When the T-handle is compressed, this detonator will send an electric charge along the firing line, triggering the launch apparatus to fire the model rocket. You understand that safety is paramount in such situations, and that it's wise to err on the side of caution. But the detonator seems to have been placed at an overly cautious distance from the launch pad. Oh, I didn't mean it. Let's use it. Oh! What the heck? What is going on there? Why is there a windmill and a... What? Cowabunga! Okay. Examine tools, etc. Apparently, the use of tools was one of the main contributing factors in the development of higher intelligence in humans. Without tools, humans might still be groping around in the mud, thinking in pictures and sound, and not knowing what a fax machine is, coexisting in harmony with the rest of the animals, like chumps. It's no surprise, then, that Drake has more tools than everyone else. However, these particular tools look more like basic builder's tools than the precision implements you might expect would be used by someone designing a fully functioning space rocket. Okay. Can I take the tools? Don't touch those! Okay, Drake's things. Examine Drake's things. Drake has amassed a large collection of things related to the production of space rockets. Piles of leather-bound books and ring binders containing detailed information on the subject, a collection of tools with which he seems to have been building functional test rockets, a gramophone playing calming classical dross, and a mess of hastily scribbled diagrams, notes, and equations which seem suitably complicated and erratic to be highly intelligent. There does seem to be an awful lot of smoke and fire in the diagram marked launch emissions, though. Okay, alright, let's go back and see what craziness is going on, because apparently there's nothing new at the beach, but there's a bunch of stuff at the populated clearing. What the heck? Hey, I danced just like him! Okay. Let's see. Talk to Helen. Everyone's clothed now, yay! No one can hear me. Hello? Oh, I didn't see it. How's it going? Fabulous, darling. Are you feeling okay? I'm feeling fabulous. Someone apparently reinvented alcohol. You have a pert butt. How's showbiz? This is fabulous. I'll leave you to it. Okay. Alright, oh, what's this? Oh! Only official PM candidates allowed up there, mate. Okay. Alright. Byron has been employed as a kind of security guard / one-man army for the rocket project. He is fed from the communal food store in exchange for his undivided obedience and his willingness to intimidate and or pike holes through anyone who doesn't do as they're told by the project manager. He has gladly accepted this role as a means of regaining his social status after the introduction of farmed cattle rendered his ability to kill large animals with his bare hands pointless. People now somehow consider killing animals with your bare hands cruel and unnatural, favoring the practice of bashing them on the head with a mallet, then pretending it never happened. How did we, skipped a few levels of society here all of a sudden to the stage? Okay, what is go? Vote for this dude. Examine the majority of people. The booze and the work fatigue and the mindlessly repetitive electronic music has turned the majority of people into mutton-headed simpletons. I don't think they were much further from that anyway. When they're not doing shifts of forced labor on the community farm or in the factory, they hang out here playing with their latest toys, drinking over-garnished cocktails, being slowly indoctrinated by the leader of the opposition, and waiting for the man with the little pencil to tell them what they think. There must be more people. Okay. The man with the little pencil. The man with the little pencil started writing things down through a sense of moral obligation. He saw people, usually Brad or Dan, doing things he didn't agree with. He investigated, then he wrote down his findings for all to see. But the majority of people either found his articles too long or too complicated, or most often too upsetting to read. Spending all his time writing, the man with the little pencil soon started to go hungry. Brad and Dan would not feed him from the communal food store on account of the derogatory things he had been writing about them, and the majority of people would not feed him from their personal stashes on account of thinking he was a dingle. Subsequently, he was forced to adapt his writing style. There's a lot more reading in this than I expected. At first, he aimed solely to please the majority of people. He continued writing about the things he didn't agree with, but he jazzed up the stories a bit and added snappy headlines to grab people's attention. For a while, he survived on handouts from the majority of people, but as they were forced to work increasingly long hours in the factory and on the community farm, their food became more valuable to them, and they soon stopped sharing. His attempts to further shorten and sensationalize his articles were not enough, and soon he was forced to please Brad and Dan as well, in order to get fed from the communal food store. As the relative value of food increased, the man with the little pencil was forced to drift further and further from his original noble intentions. These days, he survives by writing pretty much anything Brad and Dan will tell him to, or whatever he thinks the people will want to hear. Wow, that sounds familiar somehow. Okay, examine the leader of the opposition. Now that Brad has stopped wearing his cap, he and Dan have become almost indistinguishable from one another. One project manages while the other becomes leader of the opposition. At each vote, they swap roles, but the only difference between them is that one uses tape while the other uses glue. The leader of the opposition spends his time campaigning. He tells flagrant lies and promises increasingly elaborate gifts to the majority of people that he will later force them to build for himself. He knows he will always win at the next vote because he can dedicate his full attention to campaigning as opposed to wasting time faking progress on the rocket, and he can gain an extra angle of attack by pointing out the current project manager's obvious failings, while the memory of his own failings has faded with the passage of time. Okay, hey, there's a computer. Did they build a computer? That's odd. Okay, computer. This cool high-tech computer machine was promised to the people during Brad's fourth stint as leader of the opposition, as a reaction to Dan inventing backgammon during the previous term. This innocuous-looking box is, in fact, capable of fulfilling all your wildest spreadsheet or word processing-related dreams. It also provides access to a calculator and something called the Internet. Unfortunately, no one has had the time to figure out how it works yet, so it just sits there, humming gently and gathering dust. Where is the electricity coming from? That's what I want. What the heck is going on here? Okay, there's everyone with glue. Examine communal food. Oh. All the food produced in the community farm goes in the community food store. This ensures anyone employed by the... No, I have time to find it. However, there are suggestions that Brad and Dan split the food unfairly, favoring their friends and gorging themselves on the rapist fruits when no one was looking. Okay, now that Brad has stopped wearing his cap, he and Dan have become almost one project... Oh, is this the same thing? The project manager spends his time sitting on a gilded throne, feasting freely from the communal food store, and blindly bossing people about. He's long since realized that he is incapable of making any real progress on the rocket. There simply isn't enough time between votes, and the previous PM's mistakes have to be undone first, and he has no idea what he's doing. So his only real obligation is maintaining a reassuringly arrogant air of quiet self-confidence. Okay, let's talk to the project manager. Excuse me. Yes. I'd like to register as an official PM candidate, please. Okay, you'll just need to fill in a candidacy registration form. Where do I get a candidacy registration form? You'll need to fill in a candidacy registration form application form. Where do I get a candidacy registration form application form? I can give you one as soon as you've filled in your P9950. Where do I get a P9950? You'll just need to fill in a general form release form. And where can I get a general form release form? I can give you one as soon as you've filled in your P9950. Where do I get a P... Wait a minute! We're looping. Okay, so I can't get that form because I can't get that form because I can't... Okay. Can I have some food, please? All the easy-to-reach branches have been picked clean. My records suggest you have not worked your allotted farm and factory hours this week, so no. I couldn't work because I was unconscious. Can't I just have an unripe plum or something? No exceptions, I'm afraid. Last month, Carol made out that her shattered abdomen was more debilitating than it actually was. I ended up giving her free food for 6 days longer than I might have otherwise. Then Carl tried to capitalize on my weakness by claiming he couldn't work because his leg had been torn off in a hoeing accident. The sneaky bugger could hop around just fine. Okay. How come you didn't finish the rocket yet? The rocket project is progressing as planned. The rocket will be finished in no time. How come you're not using the official Build a Rocket kit manual to build the rocket? The rocket project is progressing as planned. The rocket will be... Oh, okay, so you're not doing it. How come you're using so much glue and tape? It's progressing. Okay. Okay, and this is just looping. Okay, so that's useless. Alright. You're useless. Rocket scientists. The rocket scientists are trapped in a routine of removing Brad's tape in order to stick the bits together with glue for Dan, then removing Dan's glue so as to stick the bits together with tape for Brad. If they were left with their own devices, they would most likely have the rocket built by now. But for Brad and Dan, the appearance of progress is more important than progress itself. So, they are never given the time to sit down and figure everything out. It has got to the point now where they have given up trying to build the rocket at all and are just play acting while drinking cups of tea. Thankful to be avoiding the considerably more grueling work done in the factory and or the community farm. Okay, can I talk to them? Let's see. Hello, chaps. What's up? How come you're not finished with the rocket? It's an extremely difficult and complicated task. Also, our leaders are idiots. Also, we have become downtrodden and complacent as a result of all the red tape we were tied up with. Fair enough. How come you still listen to Brad and Dan? They feed us. It's this or working in the factory and or on the farm. This is easier. We get tea. Also, we are buddies from way back, so... Okay, how come you're not using the manual? Brad threw it away. He couldn't understand all the words and numbers inside and he got upset. Okay, no, that, how come you still... Okay, I don't think he has anything new for me. I thought it... Oh, I hit the wrong thing. See you later. Okay. So, useless. Can I try to use the computer? Maybe there's something in there. Let's see. Oh! Hello, friend. What can I help you with today? Use social media to bypass the biased rhetoric of the man with a little pencil. Design and build a satirical computer game highlighting the flaws of the current project management system. That's a little redundant. Watch James Blunt jamming with the Chihuahua. Okay. Design and build a satirical computer game. Let's do that. Despite your obvious lack of experience, you dive headfirst into the development of your game. At first, everything goes well. You feel smart and superior, and you like it. But soon, things take a turn for the worse. In an attempt to keep things lighthearted so as not to seem preachy, your story becomes increasingly silly. The metaphor that seemed so concise and meaningful in the planning stages becomes strained and daft as you elaborate on its details. And your inexperienced writing starts to shine through the gaps between the bold ideas you have been using as a cover. It's a little self-satire there, isn't it, game developer? Also, I noticed the picture on the screen is one of his older games. I can't remember the name of it now. I don't know. Oh, your lack of coding knowledge and curmudgeonly refusal to collaborate forces you to simplify gameplay to a point where you are inadvertently parodying outdated genres and replacing traditional animated cutscenes with walls of text so dense and rambling as to be almost impenetrable. You realize that there are so few puzzles in your game that it almost isn't a game at all. It would probably make more sense as an illustrated children's book, but then the superfluous background animations wouldn't distract people from the poorly finished artwork, and people's low expectations regarding literary creativity within the output medium wouldn't distract them from the fact that the story makes no sense, and you would have to admit that while you were exhibiting lots of different skills here, you weren't proving to be especially proficient in the practice of any single one. As you start to lose confidence altogether, you add a weird self-deprecating story branch where the main character struggles to create a game of his own mirroring your struggle, as if simply acknowledging your failing somehow excuses them. Then your stomach starts to grumble and you bash out a closed beta so that the swirling, meaningless mess of it all doesn't keep you awake another night. You ask Drake to test the game for you, whereupon he immediately recognizes it for the snooty, self-aggrandizing piece of crap that it is. He points out you clearly had no genuine intention of helping the situation, that you had instead chosen to sit back and point and laugh like a useless tosser. Sorry, you say. I thought for a second there that I might be special. LOL, says Drake. LOL at you. That's great. That's great. Okay, is that an end again? Oh, no, okay, that doesn't... Well, that didn't help. Okay, I think I'm going to stop soon, but I don't know what it saved last. Let's see. Hopefully this is not another wall of text. Use social media to bypass the biased rhetoric of the man with the little pencil. You create a social media account and start writing posts about the flaws of the current management system, but you have no online friends, so there's no one to read or like or share them. You send a bunch of friend requests, but only Clyde accepts, and he doesn't read or like or share your posts due to not being able to read. Instead, he tags you in a bunch of cute animal videos, filling your timeline with dross. You tell yourself to persevere, that it takes time to build a following, but then you spend the remainder of the afternoon watching videos of a dog that looks perpetually grumpy. The grumpy dog videos lead to videos of dogs on swings, which in turn leads to videos of people falling over while swing dancing. Somehow you find your way to videos of other people playing board games, then suddenly you're watching videos depicting the aftermath of extreme weather events. By the time you finally pull yourself away from the computer, you have developed a number of physical impediments, including carpal tunnel syndrome, severe short-sightedness, and the inability to straighten your back. You're also very hungry, but these impediments make it extremely difficult to find food. You try to ask for help, but it turns out that you have developed acute social anxiety issues and you are unable to talk to anyone. You end up hiding yourself deep in the forest, escaping into the fantasy world of survival horror games, eating pizzas with arbitrary pipes of processed cheese rolled into the crust. Unsurprisingly, this lifestyle soon takes its toll on your already deteriorating health. Eventually, your heart just stops beating. Briefly, there's pain then. Much less briefly, forever, there's nothing. The end. You didn't win. I died again. Alright, well, since it's going to take me back to wherever I saved last, I think I'm going to stop here because this video is probably a lot longer than I wanted it to be. Oh, not too far. Okay, well, I'm going to... Okay, it did take me here. I'm going to... You do the last thing real quick. Watch James Blunt jamming with a chihuahua. I don't know what else I expected. Okay. Okay, the computer is useless. And this has gone a lot longer. I'm going to need to remember to use the jam, bribe someone. Maybe I'd bribe the guy guarding. But at any rate, I'm going to stop here. This game is awful silly, and I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do at any point in this game because it's all kind of goofy. But thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribes, and shares are always appreciated, and I hope you have a great day.